I was in the middle of working on my next video, what WWE doesn't tell us about the Ultimate Warrior. Look for that coming soon. And when I was in the middle of this, I took a break and I decided to go on Twitter, and I saw Ross Sapp report that Braun Strowman, Aleister Black, Lana, amongst other talents, have been released by WWE. And yes, this is very sad. It's unfortunate that people lose their jobs. Let's also be real here. Lana, Aleister Black, Braun Strowman, they won't be jobless for very long. They're going to get paid for the next 90 days. And then they're going to go sign with AEW or Impact or New Japan. Or they'll find another way of life in Hollywood or another career. Like, they're okay. They made a lot of money. These people are okay. Before I go on, I have the entire list of names that were released today. Braun Strowman, Aleister Black, Lana, Buddy Murphy, Ruby Riott, and Santana Garrett. Now, apparently there are more talents that are going to be released. That's the rumor. I won't have time to make a video about that. I'll be off at work and I'll have some other things to do. So I'm just going to be talking about the current group of 5 talents that have been released as of around 12:30 Eastern Standard Time. Now, like I said at the top, these professional wrestlers, they're pretty well off in life, as long as they save their money. I'm assuming here that, Lana, Strowman, Aleister Black, Ruby Riott, they all saved their money. Now, I can't say the same about Santana Garrett. She didn't make the same amount of money, especially as like a Lana. Lana was on Total Divas. I think she was even on Total Bellas too. And she's a big TikTok star. And she's been a WWE performer for the last 6-7 years. So I don't think Lana's hurting financially. Plus, on top of that, her husband, Miro Rusev, is one of the biggest stars in AEW right now. And then Aleister Black, he might not be a guy that made a ton of money. But at the end of the day, he's been a pretty big performer in WWE for a number of years. And he'll be in high demand. I could easily see Aleister Black signing with AEW. I could easily see him showing up in AEW in the next 3 to 4 months. And him being a big star in AEW, maybe getting a TNT title run, maybe getting an AEW world title run. He's one of the few guys that WWE let go and AEW could sign that I think would fit with what AEW is trying to do. He's a big, name on the indies. People know Tommy End. He was big in that NXT crowd. He didn't really have the same transition to the main roster that, a Kevin Owens or a Sami Zayn has had. He didn't really fit in what WWE tried to do with their main roster. You couple that with what happened with Zelina Vega, which, it's so unfortunate that, Zelina Vega got released for her stance on Union and wanted to have a Twitch account and an OnlyFans account. I get that. But, Aleister Black, he's going to fit with what AEW does. He's got the indie style. He's a good household name from that respect. Amongst wrestling Twitter and the online wrestling community, Aleister Black is a household name. Now in mainstream popularity, obviously he's not. But he's going to go to AEW, he's probably going to be fine. And if he doesn't go to AEW, he's going to go to New Japan. They'll be fine. I really feel for Ruby Riott and Santana Garrett. They didn't really get a chance to make a lot of money. And I don't know what their future holds. They're not going to be sought after free agents like the other 4 talents are on this list. I don't really know what to make of it. When it comes to Ruby Riott and Santana Garrett, especially Santana Garrett, I don't know a whole lot about her. But Ruby Riott, she had some potential. She did, she had a couple women's titles matches, tag team titles matches with Liv Morgan. She was under the radar, an up and coming name in WWE's women's division. It's sad to see her go. And then the main crux of this video, I just want to say, people, they're pretending Braun Strowman is, this big deal, bigger than he actually is. People are going to be talking about him as he's one of the best wrestlers of all time. He's this, he's that. And it's just not the case with a guy like Braun Strowman. The outrage, the fake outrage over releases. As Braun Strowman gets released, it's WWE. WWE is this, that, the evil empire, the evil E. How can they take money away from this man's family? Look, there's facts to back this up. The bottom line is Braun Strowman is one of the 10 highest paid wrestlers in WWE. He's been consistently on the Forbes list of the most highest paid wrestlers for the last 3 to 4 years. He's going to be fine. And then on top of that, where were you when Braun Strowman was feuding with like The Miz and Morrison? Like, oh, where were you saying, oh, I love Braun Strowman? No, people were trashing him when he was Universal Champion. People were like, how could this guy beat Goldberg? How could this guy be the face of SmackDown? How could this? How could that? Burying his promos, burying his ring work. But then now that he's released, you love him again. I don't get it. I'm confused. People were burying, myself included, I was burying the Shane McMahon feud. I'm not going to come on here with a microphone and be like, oh my God, Braun Strowman, now I love him. No. I'll say this. I'll be honest here. I appreciated Braun Strowman in 2016 and 17. Around the time when, he beat Roman Reigns in that ambulance match after WrestleMania 33 at Extreme Rules, I believe it was. I really enjoyed Braun Strowman. I saw potential in him. I thought Braun Strowman could be a big star. But then he jobbed out to Brock Lesnar. He lost in that fatal 4-way match at SummerSlam. He never really got his run with the belt. Brock was always chosen over him. Roman was always chosen over him. I thought the time when he beat Roman clean was the time to go to the moon with Braun Strowman. But no, it wasn't the case. Unfortunately, it is what it is. He's gone now. It sucks. He was kind of like a focal point. It's weird because he was literally just in the WWE title picture at Backlash of this year, and then he had that big WrestleMania match with Shane. I'm sure he'll be fine, like I said, in Impact, AEW, or New Japan. So that's it for this video. Thank you guys for checking it out. Keep it locked in to the Elite Heat channel for more. I'll talk to you on the next one. Peace.